Hey everybody! I'm here today to show you and tell you how to write a fast essay easily. This will be a full tutorial for speed writing, so let's get right into the video. Essentially, I'm going to be breaking down four simple steps to writing a fast essay. And you can write an essay in basically no time at all, and then you can edit it to make it a little bit better, but you can have that essay 95% done in such a short period of time. I've used this method since I was in high school, and it's worked really well because writing my essays faster allowed me to work more hours and spend more time with my friends. So I ended up making more money at my part-time jobs, and it was more social, and I still got all my work done. For the most part, if you know what I'm saying, okay? Obviously, you know, I was a young boy, so I didn't get all of my work done, but I got most of my work done. But anyways, we're gonna get right into the steps. The first step, and I'll go over an example in a moment, but I wanna go over the steps first. The first step, number one, is to budget your time. So you wanna set aside a certain number of minutes for each step of the process. You wanna set aside a certain amount of time for the entire essay. And then editing can take longer, but at least 95% of the work will be done when you have your rough copy or your decently rough, decently good copy of the essay done, okay? So number one, budget your time. If you give yourself 10 hours, you're gonna take 10 hours. If you give yourself an hour, you're gonna have an essay done in an hour. It's literally true and that simple. Step number two is create a solid outline. You want to outline exactly what your essay is going to be about and create the framework for your essay, sort of like the framing for a room, and then you're going to fill in all those blanks later to complete the essay, okay? Step number three is to research each point of the outline, which I will go over in a moment. I'm going to go over an example, so just bear with me. So research each point. And step number four is to turn each point into a sentence or two. So for instance, and I hope I'm not getting on anyone's nerves when I say this, it's literally the example that I just came up with on the spot right now. But let's say, so step number one, budget my time. I want to give myself an hour to write an essay, okay? So within that hour, I know that, or an hour to write the rough framework for the essay, and then another hour to just write the actual full essay, full on write it, okay? So for the first hour to write the framework, essentially, I know that I need to have my main outline of my points done within 20 minutes, and then that leaves me with about 40 minutes to research each point, and then with the next hour, okay, to write the actual essay, all I'm doing is taking that framework and turning each point into a sentence. So here's my example, okay? So I've given myself 1 hour to create the framework for the essay and another hour to write the rough copy of the essay. And when you write the rough copy, it's still going to be pretty good anyways, okay? So it's not going to be a fully rough copy. It's going to be like an in-between a rough copy and a good copy, just a copy of the essay that needs a little bit of editing. So that brings me to step number two, create my solid outline. Here's the topic that I thought of. I hope I'm not going to get on anyone's nerves. Dogs are better pets than cats because, right? So basically, the topic is going to be that dogs are better pets than cats. And just so you know, I had a dog when I was a kid, and also I had 2 cats when I was a kid. And I love them all equally, separate times in my life, but I love them all equally. My wife's family, they all have dogs, right? So I'm exposed to dogs a lot more, but I love dogs and cats. It's just an easy topic to talk about. So the idea is that dogs are better pets than cats for most homeowners, okay? And now, basically, I need 3 points for the body paragraphs. So I need 3 points to support that statement of dogs being better pets than cats. So number one, I'm gonna say you can take them out for a walk and include them in your regular lifestyle. Number two, I'm gonna say you can train them to do really cool stuff. And number three, I'm gonna say they serve as a protector when they bark, when people are walking by the house. They serve as an added layer of security. So those are the 3 points. So that's my outline. The thesis is that dogs are better than cats with regards to being pets for most homeowners, okay? For the majority of homeowners. And those are the 3 things for the framework, and each of these will serve as a body paragraph. So what I would do is I would research each of them. So the first one that I said was you can take them out for walks and include them in your daily lifestyle. So I would then research, you know, how often do people walk their dogs? Are people that walk their dogs more fit, generally healthier than people who don't have a dog to walk? Do people bring their dogs with them day to day? And does having a dog hinder someone's lifestyle if they have to travel and stuff like that? Or do they just figure out a way to make it work? And I would research those things and I would create an answer to each of those questions that I just asked, okay? The second thing was you can teach your dog to do cool tricks. I would look up you know, the easiest 10 tricks to teach your dog how to do, and how long it would take to teach your dog how to do those tricks. I would look up the cost of dog training to teach them how to do tricks. I would look up benefits for your lifestyle of having a dog that can do those tricks, blah, blah, blah. And I would turn those into each of those would be a little point of an answer to those kind of questions, okay? And the third one was they serve as an added layer of security. I would research, do homes with dogs get burglarized less or vandalized less often? Do dogs scare you know, people that are committing a crime away from the home? You know, do they scare them away? Blah, blah, blah. I would research those things. And essentially with each of those points, for the next step, I would literally take each of those little points and turn it into a sentence or two. So if I researched and found that dog owners are generally healthier people, I would say that the vast majority of people who own a dog are generally healthier and live longer than the vast majority of people who don't own a dog. This can be attributed partially to the fact that they're taking their dog for a walk every day, and it is creating mandatory exercise. Boom, like that, done, right? That's like one nice solid point. And then I can, you know, keep going with that, you know, with regards to taking them out and sort of making them part of your lifestyle, right? And yeah, I mean, essentially, I've literally written entire essays that have an intro and a conclusion and 3 body paragraphs that are really long, and I've gotten like A+ on my essays and lower marks, but mostly, you know, really good marks on these essays, and I've done them so fast using this framework, okay? Essentially, you want to create your outline, and then within your outline, you have your thesis, which is like the main thing that you're trying to prove. You have your 3 body paragraphs, okay, your 3 supporting points, and within each of those supporting points, you have little points, little sub-points. And all that you have to do is, excuse me, oh, sorry, I just finished dinner not that long ago. I should have had some water, I do apologize. There's a tap here, I'm gonna get some water. Believe it or not, I'm filming this in my basement bathroom, so I just, you know, there's a faucet over here, I'm just gonna drink some water. Anyways, you turn each of those small points into a bigger point, and what you're left with is an essay that you can write fast. And I can literally, like, if we had a longer video, I could literally come up with an essay on the spot now, verbally, a full essay, start to finish, in honestly probably like 7 to 8 minutes. I don't want to do it now because we're already like 7 minutes into the video, but I could come up with an entire essay, start to finish, in a very short amount of time using this method because I've used it for so many years. So essentially, what are you trying to prove? What's your main point? What are your 3 supporting points for that main point? And then within each of those supporting points, which those 3 points are your body paragraphs, within each of those points, what are your sub points? Then take all those sub points, turn them into paragraphs, and like turn them into sentences, and those sentences together form your body paragraphs. And that's it. An intro is very straightforward. Just, you know, put a little bit of fluff in there. You know what I'm saying? And a conclusion is just a sort of reproving of what you proved throughout the essay, just summing it up. So it's not hard, but you can write an essay fast, easily. And like, I call this speed writing because honestly, I've used this method to write articles, to write 2,000-3,000 word articles in a matter of, you know, like an hour and a bit. And I write like a 3,000 word article. In the past, I wrote over 1,000 articles on various websites when I first started with internet marketing, before I sort of did video marketing like I'm doing now, videos on my channel and stuff like that. But yeah, that's essentially it. That is how to write a fast essay easily, a full tutorial for speed writing. And I call it speed writing. I don't know if speed writing is something else, but like I said, I used to use this method. I wrote over 1,000 articles for various websites when I started internet marketing, and now I do video marketing on this channel. Helpful DIY, subscribe, it's absolutely awesome. And that's it. If you like this video, and hopefully you can write your essays faster as well using this method. But practice makes perfect. You're gonna have to put the time in, write a lot of essays, and eventually you're gonna get faster and faster and faster until you can write an essay, honestly, in like an hour and a half from start to finish. It's literally that simple. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.